This is how you make very juicy chicken thigh rice. Originally, this is made with chicken wings, but wings are like 6 times the price of thighs, so my broke ass went with thighs. Yo, I'm telling you, when you open the donabe lid, the smell is insane. The chicken is juicy and tender, the rice texture and seasoning is absolutely perfect. I think I could literally eat this 3-4 times a week for the rest of my life. So I started off by cleaning my chicken legs, removing them from the backbone, separating the legs from the thighs, and remove the bones from the thighs and cut them into smaller pieces. Now for the chicken dashi, I tossed the bones and legs with salt and set that aside for a bit before rinsing and getting rid of any blood. Throw them in a pot with green onions, ginger, and water. Bring it up to a boil and skim off any fat and impurities from the top. Then I let that simmer for about 2 hours. To make the marinade for the chicken, I combine sake, soy sauce, raw brown sugar, and grated garlic. Mix until the sugar dissolves and add in the chicken thighs to the marinade. Once the chicken dashi is done, I strained the broth, kept the legs to eat, threw away the bones, and cooled down the dashi. After 3 hours, I pulled out the chicken thighs and set aside the leftover marinade. Rinsed my rice until the water ran clear and let the excess water drain. I combined the dashi with the leftover marinade to use as the cooking liquid for the rice. In the donabe, I add the clean rice, chicken dashi mixture, and let that soak for 20 minutes. And while that's soaking away, I thinly sliced ginger and green onions. I always rinse my green onions. It takes away a lot of the harshness and it gets rid of some of that sliminess that green onions can sometimes have. Now to the rice, I top with the sliced ginger, sprinkle togarashi, and place the marinated chicken thighs. Top with the first lid and then the second lid, making sure that the holes are perpendicular to each other. Place the donabe over medium-high heat and let that go for 11 to 13 minutes until the steam begins to rise. And again, if the steam rises in less than 10 minutes, your heat is too high, and if it takes longer than 15 minutes, your heat is too low. Once the steam begins to rise, cook for 2 more minutes before you remove from the heat and let it sit for 20 minutes. This will finish steaming and cooking during this time. Once it's time to eat, I sprinkled lots of sliced green onions, togarashi, and drizzled sesame oil before removing the chicken thighs so I could give the rice a good fluffing and mixing. Served it with some pickled ginger, and we ate the whole thing in one sitting.